I just scarified my lawn. Is it okay to fertilize now? What's going on with my hydrangea? And can you please identify what this tree is? Folks, we had a bunch of great questions this past week, and I've got the answers coming up on Garden Sense. Hey everybody, I'm Tim Ward and welcome back to Garden Sense. Well folks, I hope that everyone had a wonderful Memorial Day. I know that I did. It's always great to spend time with my wife and kids, and we had an absolute blast. I hope you did too. Folks, we did get a bunch of emails last week and we selected 5 that we want to address here today. So buckle up everybody, let's jump right in. The first question is from Ash. Hello Tim. I finally found time to scarify my lawn in northeast New Jersey. I had a lot of thatch built up in my grass that was sod grass in the front yard. Most things I read online state to fertilize after scarifying the lawn. As per Turf Trust fertilizing schedule, my next maintenance formula application should not be until around June 15th. Should I fertilize now or wait? So real quick, I just want to explain to those of you who may not know the difference between scarifying and dethatching. The process is actually incredibly similar and they essentially accomplish the same thing. The difference is scarifying is much deeper, which means you're actually digging much further down into the soil to get rid of that thatch, whereas a dethatching process is typically more geared towards the surface. But the goal in terms of why you do either or is essentially the same. Now, you're absolutely right. You want to fertilize your grass, especially after you've scarified or you've dethatched, because again, you have kind of shocked the systems of your lawn a little bit, and you want to make sure that they're getting proper nutrition, that they don't go into shock. So we would actually recommend that you put it down right now. Again, you don't need to put it down exactly on June 15th. I realize that that's what the lawn calendar says, and we appreciate very much how closely you're following it. But the great thing about Turf Trust fertilizers is that there's a lot of leeway built in terms of the timing. So doing it a couple of weeks early, or in some cases a couple of weeks late, is totally fine. Again, it's a slow release fertilizer, so you're not going to burn your lawn. And putting it down now, again, just means that when you get around to that third application that is usually closer to Labor Day, you may just want to put that application down maybe a week or two early. But again, get it down right now. And if you don't have any Turf Trust fertilizer on hand, head over to Rosen's Online, because remember, we have the summer stock up special going on right now. The next question is from David. Hi, Tim. I've got several brown spots all over my 3 big hydrangea plants out front. I've tried spraying them with Infuse, but it didn't do the trick. Any idea what could be causing this? So your hydrangeas are definitely dealing with a disease, and it could be something like a botrytis, but my gut tells me that it's actually anthracnose, which unfortunately hydrangeas are pretty susceptible to. Now, when dealing with anthracnose, what you want to do is use a copper-based fungicide, and we always recommend Liquicop. This is a great product. I personally used it and found to have a lot of success. And what's great about this is that it will really help start to clear up the anthracnose, but more importantly, it's going to help prevent it from coming back. Now, what you actually want to do first, however, before you put down Liquicop, is you want to make sure that you prune off any of those bad-looking leaves. Now, folks, I know that when your plant starts to look bad like this, you want to put something down and actually see that plant come right back to life. Unfortunately, with something like anthracnose or even botrytis, what happens to the leaves is kind of irreversible. You need to actually prune off that leaf, and what will happen is the new growth that comes out is actually going to be the healthy looking leaves that you're used to. Any of these fungicides are not going to restore the damaged leaves. We need to get rid of them. So prune off all the bad looking leaves, put down some Liquicop, and then I would highly recommend that you hit it with Kickstart. And if you haven't fertilized, I would definitely put down some Garden Trust. All right, so prune them off, Liquicop, hit it with some Garden Trust if you have not fertilized them already, and definitely make sure that you put down some Kickstart. The combination of those 4 actions should help those hydrangeas come back really, really strong. Question number 3 is from Jacob. Hi Tim, can you please identify the tree that is pictured in the link below? Location is on Long Island, and I would like to replace a dead thundercloud maple with this type of tree. It would be in my front yard with a 50-foot curb. I haven't seen something like this in the local nurseries. So this was a first for me. So I actually clicked the link that you sent in the email, and it essentially took me to a Google Maps type of page that actually showed this picture, and I had to zoom in to actually see what it was. So I apologize that it's a little bit blurry, but that's kind of what I had to work with here. Because it's blurry, I can't be 100% certain of what type of tree it is, but it looks like a weeping elm to me. Now, you mentioned Long Island, and I wasn't sure if the tree is currently located on Long Island or if you're located on Long Island. I know that weeping elms are typically zones 4 through 6, and Long Island is zone 7, I believe. But again, you can absolutely make it work. So again, I apologize. I don't know exactly the tree because again, I'm looking at a very blurry image. But if you go on Google or your favorite search engine, click on the images and then type in weeping elm, I'm guessing that that's what we're looking at right here. The fourth question is from Sharon. Hello, Tim. I need to put down both insect control and weed killer on my lawn. Can I apply them around the same time, or should I wait a few days or weeks between applications? So the theory is yes, you should be able to put them down at the same time. I'm not aware of any severe chemical interactions between, weed killers and insect control products. So can you put them down at the same time? Probably yes. You didn't give me any specifics though in terms of which products you're using, so I can't be 100% certain. Now, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I typically do not put these products down the same day. Maybe I'm just old-fashioned, but if I'm going to put something down, I like to wait a couple of days and then put another application down of whatever it is. So again, you need to decide kind of what's worse, whether I want to start taking care of the insects first or if I want to start taking care of the weeds first. I would then wait a couple of days and then put down the other product. But again, the theory is no, there should not be any chemical interaction and you should be able to put them down the same day. Maybe I'm just more of a traditionalist, old-fashioned, whatever you want to call it, but I like to wait a couple of days in between just to see how the lawn reacts, just to make sure I haven't over-applied something. So again, we have a huge selection of weed killers and insect control products right over at Rosen's Online, so I hope you head over there and enjoy your shopping. The final question for today is from Jay. Tim, I love your videos and find them tremendously helpful. This year I am seeing lots of tiny white flies on several of my hellebores. What do you recommend to get rid of the flies? So to deal with an existing whitefly infestation, be it big or small, I would actually recommend Bonide's Systemic Insect Control. This will kill the white flies within 24 hours, and frankly, you shouldn't see any other white flies within 2 or 3 days max. And again, this is an insect killer, so getting it down now should take care of the problem. However, because white flies appear to be a little bit more common and everyone has to deal with them, I would actually recommend that you start putting down a prevention product, something like a neem oil every 2 weeks on your hellebores, or frankly, all of your plants to keep white flies away. Now, when you use the Bonide Systemic Insect Control, obviously that's a chemical, that's a killer, right? It's going to kill the insects. There are products out there that are, insect killers and preventers, but again, I like to not use too many chemicals on my gardens if I can avoid it, which is why I always talk about neem oil. This is a natural product and it helps prevent diseases on plants and it helps keep insects away. So again, you've got a problem. We need to get it taken care of. So put down the Bonide's Systemic Insect Control, kill what's there, and then every couple of weeks I would put down an application of neem oil to help keep the white fly away, but also to help keep other insects away as well. It's a really effective product. I use neem oil all through the summer on my peach trees, my apple trees, and it works really, really well. All right, folks, just a couple final thoughts here before we wrap up this week's episode. Folks, there is still time to put down your fungus control products, again, to keep your lawn nice and healthy through the summer as we get into these hot, humid months. Again, with some of the rain that we're known to get, It can really cause a lot of damage to your lawn in terms of lawn disease, and getting down some fungus control products can really help that. In addition, making sure that you're taking care of your grubs as other insects that could be in your lawn. Guys, we have a huge selection of insect control products as well as fungus control products for your lawns over at Rosen's Online. So make sure you head over there and check it out. Folks, I have to remind you that right now, over at rosensonline.com, we have our summer stock up special going on right now. Folks, this is the best price that you're going to find all year on Turf Trust lawn fertilizers. These are 3-bag bundles, and they can be for the starter or the maintenance formula, and the sizes can be the 5M or the 10M. There's a price break on the product, so you're already getting it for cheaper, and it qualifies for free shipping. So you're gonna be saving a ton of money. And again, we call it the Summer Stock Up Program so that you can actually head over there right now and really stock up and take advantage of this really special price. Folks, I hope you had an amazing Memorial Day. Thank you so much for the time that you've spent with us. It does mean a lot. Remember, please send an email to tim@rosensonline.com. If you have questions, I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. And obviously, we take a lot of your questions and we use them to produce this weekly podcast. I hope you folks have a great rest of the week. God bless.